Welcome back. Oh, a lot of people who are buying houses, well, guess what? One of the things maybe you don't think about is, well, they're going to have to move all their stuff.
And it's going to cost a lot of money.
It can cost a lot of money. However, Hank Coleman is here, freelance financial writer who's been featured on Fox Business, Reuters, the Chicago Sun-Times, amongst many others. And now we welcome him to our show. How are you, Hank?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. You've your blog that seems to be getting the most, or I guess your articles that seem to be getting a lot of traction is the moneyqa.com.
Yeah, at moneyqa.com, I blog a lot about personal finance, all types of money saving articles, investing, retirement. You name it. If it's about money, I'll write about it and talk about it.
He has a lot of articles. I've checked them out. There's a lot of really fun, interesting things.
It's kind of like me, except I won't write about it. I'll just talk about it.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Hank, let's, one thing that we do cover on this show is real estate, and saving money, of course, on moving is one of your most recent articles. And I want to really hit on some of these 10 ways you came up with to cut costs on moving expenses. And, one of them is my favorite. I'm sure everybody who listens can tell which one.
Oh, yeah? Which
can you
one?
guess?
the one about giving your friends beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. I bribe all my friends. I was blessed with an employer that paid for my moves. But this last move I made this summer, it wasn't the case. So I had to find a way to cut costs any way I could. And even though, I've been out of college for about 10 years now, I still managed to con some friends into helping me with some beer and pizza and maybe a few bucks.
And a few bucks. I always thought beer and pizza was enough.
Not with inflation, times are changing. But I tell you what, though, beer, pizza, and even just a few bucks were a ton less than ton of money less than what I would have to pay a professional moving company.
Definitely. Well, that is one way I think is a great way to cut costs on moving expenses. But let's get through some of the other 9.
Okay.
You had talked about getting multiple quotes. I mean, is that a competitive industry?
Well, I wasn't quite sure what to expect when I was moving, so I wanted to make sure that I was getting a fair price. I'm always afraid, like going to the car lot and buying a new car or buying a used car. I'm always afraid I'm the one with a disadvantage. The moving companies have way more information than I do, and so I made sure that I priced it out and got 3 different quotes, and unfortunately they were all pretty close together. I said, I moved this past summer, and I only moved 30 miles away, and everybody still quoted me about $3,000 just to move 30 miles down the street.
Wow.
Where do you live?
In North Carolina.
North Carolina has expensive movers, it sounds like. I'd say beer and pizza is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, and maybe part of it is that I have a lot of crap too.
I guess that's the other thing. You might just have a lot of stuff. So another thing you'd say, getting all your own stuff together. I mean, you said this actually saves over half the costs just by packing yourself.
Right. Every moving quote that I received, half of it ended up being for the actual packing, the boxes, the bubble wrap, the paper, and then the other half was actually the crew packing it into the truck and moving it across town. So if you wanted to really save money yourself, you got to kind of think outside the box to cut costs, and you could cut about half your costs, getting your own boxes, moving. If it's a local move, maybe you move stuff in a pickup truck or, even the back of, my, backseat of my little Prius. We made several trips.
We used to be able to get free boxes up here in Seattle when the liquor stores were open, but now that they've just gone to selling liquor in the grocery store, I don't know where we get free boxes anymore. I imagine that's a good way to cut some costs too.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite ways to get free boxes. But, I said liquor, in the article I said liquor stores because, those are great boxes. Liquor stores throw away tons of boxes. They already have those pre-dividers already in them, so it's great for your glassware, or you take the dividers out and you just use them everywhere, or use them for all your stuff. But actually, maybe you ought to still check at the grocery stores. I can remember in high school working at the grocery store. Every night the truck comes, and every night we empty the boxes and we just compact the boxes in the compactor, and it goes out with the recycling or with the trash. So if it might not be a bad idea to stop by, see the manager, and ask if they could put some of those boxes aside for you.
I imagine there's manufacturing plants in just about every city that have very large boxes that they compact just about every day. So even if you have something bigger than a wine box or a liquor box, or you need something bigger, those are great places to go too.
Exactly. And I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Every business that you can think of pretty much receives goods through boxes, and they receive those 18-wheeler trucks at night, and you just kind of, like I said, you just gotta think a little bit outside the box.
No pun intended. Huh?
No pun intended to get some boxes. And there's actually some other great websites too that are available to help you find some boxes that people want to get rid of.
What are those websites?
Well, you can actually just go on Craigslist. People are, instead of, people want to recycle their boxes instead of just throwing them out. So a lot of people are listing their boxes that they have after they're done with their move on Craigslist. There's also websites like Precycle.com, where it's almost the same thing as, just recycling different things, and boxes are a big one on Freecycle as well. Even, you might be able to find some free boxes in your local classified ads. And boxes can be expensive, especially when you buy them new. Two of your big tips here, which I also like, are, I guess, using less boxes by getting rid of some of your stuff. Definitely. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff. I mean, we're a society of collectors. We seem to, we collect things and we collect things and we collect things. And then next thing you know, we've got 10,000 pounds worth of stuff. And that 10,000 pounds obviously translated into about $1,500 to move across town. But I mean, giving away your stuff is a great way to reduce the clutter. I mean, we kind of old school, we all think about, having the yard sale, the garage sale. But I mean, there's also, charities, thrift stores. There's great charities that even pick up off your front porch. You can just leave it on your front porch and they'll come and help you take away the clutter, which is even better when you don't have a pickup truck like me.
Yeah, because you have a Prius.
Exactly.
So at least you saved lots of gas, and were green in your moving of your own stuff, right?
There you go. That's right. That's right.
I also like, you'd say don't buy bubble wrap.
Yeah, I mean, it's the packing. That packing material is one of the most expensive things, and bubble wrap is one of the most expensive types of packing material. I mean, it's a great product, but I mean, if you actually look around, there's tons of stuff that you have in your house that can kind of replicate bubble wrap. I mean, my wife and I took the dish towels and the bath towels, and we stuffed those into the boxes, wrapped, our precious glassware and picture frames. We wrapped them in our towels and then put them in the boxes. So kind of made our own. All those
wedding gifts that hadn't seen much light, but you finally found a place to box them up, huh?
Right, exactly. Or if we couldn't re-gift them before the move, then we.
For those that were still in the boxes?
Yeah, exactly.
We're here with Hank Coleman, and Hank, with HankColeman.net and MoneyQA.com. Hank, we just have about a minute and a half left here. You talk also about just being very flexible and also renting your own moving truck.
Yes. I found out one during my move again, maybe the hard way, but everybody wants to move on the weekends. All the trucks are booked up, all the moving companies are booked up, but hardly anybody wants to move during the weekday. So that Monday to Thursday seems to be a real sweet spot. So I don't know if you can take off of work or have some vacation time coming up or whatever the case may be. But I really lucked out and got a good deal on my own moving truck, by kind of going off cycle, and Tuesdays is a cheap day to rent a moving truck in North Carolina, it seems. And then the bigger the truck, the better. One time, one shot deal, and just be done with it. And that's what worked for my family. And those were why I wrote those tips on moneyqa.com and wanted to pass them along to my readers.
Well, Hank, thank you so much. Certainly moneyqa.com is a great place to go to figure out ways to cut costs, save money, and even on things like moving. Not something people do every day, but certainly something that can get very expensive.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, hey, thanks so much, Hank. We hope you'll join us again soon.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Coming up, David Bell, who was just with us last hour, had a little bit more he wanted to talk about, so we thought he'd stick around. We'll be right back after this break to let you know more about what it takes to buy a house in today's market. You're listening to Brashenomics. We'll be right back.